Hello everybody, welcome back. And today we're going to be preparing a very traditional French country dish. And it involves potatoes, which is just about everybody's favorite. You can't go wrong with that. And this will be a Rapée Stéphanoise. And it's basically potatoes that'll be grated and made into a potato cake, an egg potato cake, with some infusions of some the spices from the garden, which I'm still harvesting, by the way. We'll have some oregano, some thyme. There'll be some rosemary involved. I am going to top this with a crème fraîche sauce, which will have some truffle oil. We'll use some beautiful oil-cured black olives to top. And as well, we're going to have a little salad, a salad chiffonade to go on the side. And that'll have a sweet and savory taste, which complements the whole dish. Very easy and incredible in flavor. So let's start cooking. Okay, I'm peeling the potatoes over here. And I'm using some Idaho. I do love those. I love Maine, russet. After you have all of the potatoes grated, there's a significant amount of water in them. And what I've been doing is taking handfuls of the potatoes and squeezing out the excess liquid. And next will be the mushrooms. And I'd like to chop these very fine. And I also have my herbs from the garden over here. And those are the oregano sprigs that I had earlier, as well as the thyme. Let's put that in over here with the potatoes. And we want to add 2 eggs. 1, 2, and we're going to mix that up. Okay, I'm mixing all those glorious potatoes up with the 6 mushrooms and the herbs. And I'm noticing that it's not holding together quite the way I'd like. You know what that means? 2 more eggs. Alright, now that ought to mix it up very nicely and hold it together for the cooking purposes. Time to chop the shallots. This was 1 big shallot. Once you take off the shell, you'll often find that you have a few pieces over there. So I'm going to, since this one is so large, I'm going to fan this one out almost like a regular onion. And we're going to dice this one up as finely as needed. Okay, it's now time to start to fry up these little egg pancakes. So we'll start off with a couple of tablespoons, or 3, of butter. You can do it in extra virgin olive oil if you'd like, but I prefer the taste of butter. Then we'll put that on a medium heat just to start off with, so we can get the pan nice and hot. And we're going to put a pinch of salt over here. Potatoes need salt, so you can put a teaspoon would be fine, if not even maybe a little bit more. But I'd probably keep it as a teaspoon, because you can always adjust later on and add some on top. And we'll put some fresh ground pepper. You know how I love my pepper. And it has to be the fresh type over here, not from a shaker, because that's already dry and doesn't have the essential oils in it anymore, so it doesn't really taste any good. It doesn't taste anything. Okay, it's mixed up nicely. Now, we're going to add this to our pan. Okay, let's shape the patties and we'll put them in. We want to make them into almost like little hamburger patties. And try to press them nicely. And then just put them in the butter in the pan, and we'll cover that up. And we're going to let that cook for approximately 20 minutes on this side, and then we'll flip them over, and it'll be about another 15 on the other side. Okay, it is time to work on our sauce. This will be the crème fraîche truffle oil sauce, and we'll start with the crème fraîche, which I've had on the counter for a little over 24 hours actually. And that was 1 cup of heavy cream and 1 cup of sour cream. Just whisk it well and keep it covered in a little container overnight in a somewhat warm place. And now I'm going to use the truffle oil, and this will be about a teaspoon. If you don't have truffle oil, if you don't like truffle oil, what you can do is you can add toasted sesame oil. I think that's a wonderful thing to do. So we'll blend this up nice over here. And here's my rosemary sprig from the garden. And we'll take off a little bit over here, and we'll chop that up. We'll put that right into the sauce. Okay. Let's put in a touch of salt. And this is literally a pinch, maybe a large pinch, and a couple of grinds of the peppermill, and this is ready to put on the fire. Okay, it's time to work on the salad chiffonade. First we'll make the sauce, and we'll start off with the extra virgin olive oil. That'll be the base for it, and I'll do about a half cup. And the balsamic vinaigrette. This is a wonderful flavor combination, these two. And I'll put a couple of tablespoons of this in there. And then, something not widely used and overlooked, unfortunately, is the maple syrup. If I can get it open. There we go. It's best to wipe this top off with a warm, damp cloth so that it doesn't congeal and then stick, and then you can't get it open. So a couple of tablespoons of this as well, and let's mix this up. And we're going to add that to the salad, which I will chop up next. Okay, so we'll take a nice washed leaf like this, and we'll roll it up tight into a little ball. And with that, we're going to just do it into a fine chiffonade. So I took these off the stove over here, and they smell and look wonderful. And we'll layer them in this plate over here, and we'll put the sauce on top. And it's beautiful crème fraîche with rosemary. It does smell delightful. You can drizzle some of this just on top like this, and go around. And reserve some though for the individual plates, but this is just for the presentation. And next what we'll do is we'll put our salade chiffonade in the middle over here, and we'll add a little bit of our maple vinaigrette sauce. Just drizzle a little of that on top over here. Beautiful. A little bit of black olives to go on top of the sauce as well. And then a little bit of our herbs de Provence, and that gives it another little nice flavor, as well as it's very decorative, I must add. Okay, we're done. All right, everybody, we have our beautiful Rapée Stéphanoise. What a wonderful dish this is in between the holidays to cook for your family. It's an old peasant dish from France that involves potatoes, everybody's favorite. So we have a beautiful sauce to go on top of that as well, which was made with a crème fraîche and truffle oil. Once again, you can use toasted sesame oil instead if you'd prefer, and that makes a wonderful flavor. It's a fantastic substitute. And also I have my salade chiffonade, which is an interesting blend of sweet and savory with the maple syrup, and also we have balsamic vinaigrette and the extra virgin olive oil. These two dishes go well together. Try them. Very simple. But I do hope you enjoy your holidays, something for your family and your friends that you can cook in between, and I think they're all really going to love it. Take care.